Welcome to Andorra La Vella, the tiny mountain capital nestled between France and Spain. In this narrated walking tour, we'll guide you through its charming streets, from luxury shops to historic corners. You'll learn how to get here and discover why this small country feels larger than life. Before we begin our walking tour through Andorra La Vella, there's something we should mention. This footage was actually recorded some time ago, a day that stayed on our drives for quite a while before we finally decided to share it with you. But rest assured, everything you'll hear and see in this video is still accurate and current at the time of uploading. Consider this your practical, real-world guide to visiting the heart of Andorra, a tiny capital surrounded by mountains, yet packed with life, style, and irresistible deals. We're walking now along the city's two main avenues, Avinguda Meritxell and Avinguda Carlemany, the beating commercial arteries of Andorra La Vella. These two streets are where nearly everything happens. You'll find yourself surrounded by rows of boutique stores, perfume outlets, sports shops, and electronics retailers, all gleaming under the crisp mountain light. Shopping here isn't just a pastime. It's almost a national sport. Thanks to Andorra's low taxes, the city is a magnet for visitors from France, Spain, and beyond, all hunting for great prices and duty-free deals. To give you a real example, when we stopped by a small camera shop to ask about a simple filter, the owner immediately offered a discount. And when we politely said we'd think about it and started to turn away, he smiled and offered an even lower price. That's quite typical here. We saw the exterior of the center commercial Illa Carlemany mall just before. Now let's step inside and see what it's really like. This is the largest shopping center in Andorra La Vella and one of the most modern buildings along Avinguda Carlemany. Once you walk through its glass doors, you'll find a bright open atrium lined with international fashion brands, local boutiques, jewelry stores, and cozy cafes. The mall is clean, stylish, and easy to navigate, with escalators connecting its multiple levels. On the upper floors, you'll find a cinema complex. And if you get hungry, there are several fast food and casual dining options inside. After 10 p.m., when most stores close their shutters and the avenues grow quiet, finding a place to eat can be a little tricky. We learned that the hard way, wandering around hungry, and finally ending up at a fast food counter tucked inside the cinema mall. There are only a few restaurants that stay open until around 11 p.m., but most kitchens close earlier. Here we are at one of the most recognizable modern landmarks of the city, the Andorra La Vella sign. We're showing it both by day and at night, and honestly, it doesn't get any clearer than that when it comes to city symbols. Bright, bold, and perfectly placed against the mountain backdrop, it's one of those must-see spots that every visitor ends up photographing. Think of it as the city's own version of a welcome postcard, and a unique way to add some Instagram-worthy memories to your trip. Just beside the sign flows the Valira River. It winds its way through the city, cutting a scenic path that offers something you might not expect from a busy shopping hub. Calm and peaceful walkways right next to the water. These riverside paths are ideal for a morning stroll or an evening walk, where you can hear the gentle rush of water beneath the bridges and enjoy views of the surrounding Pyrenees peaks. Later in our walk, we'll explore more areas along the Valira, showing you how this river shapes both the geography and the atmosphere of the capital. Here we are at the square in front of Caldea, home to the striking statue La Dama del Gel, the Lady of Ice. It's a graceful modern sculpture symbolizing the fusion of art, nature, and water. Standing beside the glass towers of Caldea, it's one of Andorra La Vella's most photogenic spots, especially at dusk when the lights of the spa reflect beautifully on the square. Since we just mentioned the spa, let's talk about it. Caldea, Andorra's most iconic modern landmark. Its futuristic glass towers rise dramatically above the city, resembling crystal peaks echoing the Pyrenees that surround it. Opened in 1994, Caldea is one of the largest thermal spas in Europe, designed to showcase the healing power of Andorra's natural hot springs. Even from the outside, it's spectacular. Caldea perfectly blends relaxation, innovation, and mountain elegance. At Plaça Casadet, the first thing that catches your eye is the colorful art car, a sculptural vehicle covered in vibrant mosaic tiles, turning everyday transportation into a rolling piece of art. Just beside it stands another futuristic creation, a tall metallic robot sculpture that seems to guard the square with playful curiosity. Together, they represent Andorra's modern artistic spirit, blending creativity, innovation, and a sense of humor right in the heart of Escaldes and Gordony. Perched at the upper edge of Andorra La Vella's old town, the Church of Sant Esteve is a proud reminder of the country's Romanesque heritage. Built in the 12th century, it once served as the spiritual heart of a small mountain community that looked out over the valley below. Its thick stone walls, narrow windows, and slate roof were crafted to endure the fierce Pyrenean winters, while the elegant semicircular apse and tall bell tower display the simplicity and strength typical of Andorran Romanesque design. Inside, though the original frescoes now rest in the National Art Museum of Catalonia, faithful reproductions and soft lighting bring their spirit back to life. Scenes of saints, angels, and vivid medieval color, once painted by unknown local hands. The scent of old wood and wax lingers, echoing centuries of quiet prayer. Outside, the terrace offers one of the most charming views over Andorra La Vella, a panorama that blends the stone rooftops of the historic quarter with the modern skyline rising beyond. Here, surrounded by mountains and silence, you can feel the soul of the city, a place that has learned to honor its past while looking fearlessly toward the future. Casa de la Vall is one of Andorra's most treasured landmarks, a sturdy stone house built in 1580 that once served as the seat of the General Council, the country's parliament. Its mix of rustic charm and political heritage makes it a symbol of Andorra's long-standing independence. The building's simple rectangular design, small windows, and slate roof reflect traditional Pyrenean architecture, while its interior, usually open to visitors, tells stories of centuries of governance in one of Europe's oldest democracies. At the time we uploaded this video, Casa de la Vall was closed for restoration, as the country works to preserve this historic gem for future generations. For more details about the restoration and visiting information, check the description. Just a few steps from Casa de la Vall stands the Andorra Data Protection Agency. It reflects the country's commitment to digital security and privacy in an age where technology connects everything. It's a small but significant reminder that even in this mountain microstate, tradition and innovation work hand in hand. The Comú d'Andorra La Vella, or Town Hall, is the administrative heart of the capital. Its modern glass facade contrasts beautifully with the stone buildings of the old quarter, symbolizing how Andorra balances progress with tradition. Inside, this is where local decisions are made, from cultural events to urban planning and preservation of heritage sites. The surrounding square often hosts public gatherings and festive decorations, giving a lively community feel. It's a fitting spot to sense the pulse of everyday life in the country's highest capital in Europe. The Edifici Administratiu del Govern d'Andorra is the main government building of the Principality. With its sleek, functional design, it houses the country's key administrative offices and ministries, a modern center of leadership nestled right in the heart of the capital. From this viewpoint, you can really appreciate how Andorra La Vella is built. A city tucked tightly into the valley, with houses rising higher and higher along the surrounding hillsides. Most of the buildings have traditional sloped rooftops, designed to handle winter snow, yet many also feature modern extensions and terraces that open to these stunning views of the Pyrenees. As you can see, the weather in the video is warm and sunny. We filmed this during summer, when Andorra feels bright relaxed, and full of open-air energy. But keep in mind that winters here can get cold, with snow often blanketing the mountains and chilly winds drifting down into the valley. It's a place that truly transforms with the seasons, from a sunny shopping getaway in summer to a snowy mountain escape in winter. We decided to visit from Barcelona, so here's how we made it. After landing at Barcelona El Prat Airport, you can either take one of the yellow and black taxis or a bus to the city center. Several agencies offer direct bus routes to Andorra from different points in Barcelona, including Estació d'Autobusos Nord, Estación de Autobuses de Sants, and Avinguda Diagonal. The ride generally takes about 3 hours, and there are also night buses if you prefer to travel later in the evening. Ticket prices are usually around 30 euros, sometimes a bit more. At the border, remember that Andorra is not part of the European Union or the Schengen zone, so you technically leave Spain before entering Andorra. Most of the time, border checks are quick and simple, though customs officers may stop vehicles randomly, especially on the way back, since Andorra is duty-free. Many travelers also arrive from France, crossing through Pas de la Casa, but all routes end at Andorra La Vella's national bus station. Andorra's official currency is the euro, even though it's not an EU member. The official language is Catalan, but you'll also hear Spanish, French, and Portuguese spoken widely. We hope you've enjoyed exploring Andorra La Vella, from its panoramic hillsides and historic churches to its modern art and lively squares. Whether you come for the sunny summer atmosphere or the snowy winter charm with ski resorts, Andorra offers something for every season. And with its duty-free shopping and welcoming spirit, it's a small country that leaves a lasting impression. But our journey doesn't end here. We'd love to hear from you. Which stop was your favorite? Is there a particular moment that stood out to you? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're planning your own visit, we hope this guide has inspired you and made your trip easier to plan. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more travel adventures. Our travel audiobooks are now available. Explore iconic destinations through immersive storytelling and preview a full chapter for free. Tap the link to listen now.